Greetings, one and all, and welcome back to episode number 27 of Thoughts and Hunches, making money in bunches and sucker punches. Your boy Stoney is back for the 27th time. Can you believe that? We're already at episode number 27. I'd like to welcome my fellow lowlifes, hoodlums, hustlers, scumbags, fienders, degenerates. All you guys are back for one reason, and that's because y'all want to get paid. So let's do this, all right? We had a rough stretch the other day. On Tuesday, when I sent out that video, we wound up going 6-9. Absolutely below our standards, right? Dropped our numbers a little bit for the year, but we're still hanging close to 60. 59 in college hoops. Those are the numbers that we're 60 in college hoops and 58 in overall. So that's what we're shooting for. That's what we're going to continue to do the rest of the season, which only has 3 weeks left. Today's a big day. A lot of conference championship finals. A lot of conference championship semifinals. Tomorrow's selection Sunday. So I'll be back either Tuesday or Wednesday to break down the first round matchups. So let's just get fired off. Why play games? Here we go. Game number 1, SEC semifinals. Alabama, Tennessee. This is a good matchup. Tennessee was supposed to win the SEC. Alabama was supposed to be nowhere near, but they flip-flop. Well, I don't want to say flip-flop. Tennessee is still a very good team and will be dancing tomorrow. But Alabama, on the other hand, has dominated the SEC. They're 6th in the nation. They're clearly a number 2 seed tomorrow. And if they get a couple bounces their way, they might be a number 1 seed. But either way, Bama's minus 4.5 against Tennessee. Tennessee's 18-7. They've won 3 out of 4. They finally got things going, and they had a big win yesterday. But they lost John Fulkerson, and that's going to be a big loss for them. And that's ultimately the reason why I'm taking Bama and laying the 4.5. This is the first time Alabama is in the semis. The first time in 30 years. Right? Now, Tennessee hasn't won it since 79. So, this is a big game for both sides. But Bama's 22-6. They've won 4 straight. They're clearly the class of the SEC. And they've just been dancing and rolling. So we're going to lay the 4.5, take the tide. OSU versus Michigan State. Doesn't get any bigger than that if you're playing football. But some Michigan fans will tell you Michigan's no longer a football school. They're now a college basketball school. And that's fine with me. I have no problems disagreeing with that. Michigan, Ohio State, this is what it's all about. Number 4 versus number 9, right? These aren't seedings. These are actual rankings in the nation. So these aren't conference seedings. Michigan has won 3 out of 5. They're 20-3. They were cruising along. They'll still get a number 1 seed. I think even if Ohio State beats Michigan today, Michigan is still a 1 seed. They beat SM. I'm sorry. Ohio State is 6.5 point dogs here. They're 20-8. They're ranked 9th. They had lost 4 in a row, right? But they bounced back now to win 2. Michigan beat them 3 weeks ago, and what happened was that sent Ohio State to their 4-game losing streak. And the height differential is huge, and that's what's going to cost Ohio State here. But we're going to take the 6.5. Michigan wins, but Ohio State covers. Take the 6.5. Semifinals. Wichita State versus Cincinnati, right? The AAC, right, has got some very good teams this year, and case in point right here. Wichita State, 4.5 point favorites against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's 11-10. They've won 2, they've lost 2, they've won 2, they've lost 2. That's kind of what they've been rolling through all season long. Wichita State, on the other hand, 16-4. They've won 4 straight. They're cruising right along. They beat South Florida yesterday in the quarters, while Cincinnati beat SMU in the quarters. But Wichita State survived the upset because South Florida gave them all they could handle, and it was looking like South Florida might steal one, and that didn't happen. So Wichita State got the win. They can breathe a sigh of relief, and now they're ready for the semis, in which they're clearly the superior team to Cincinnati. So we're going to lay the 4.5 as a short chalk. SEC second semifinal, Arkansas versus LSU. These two teams have kind of been battling it out all year as the second seed or second best team in the SEC. And there's no reason to see why they shouldn't be meeting here in the semis. They split regular season matchups with each team winning on the other's home court, right? So the season series was split. LSU took down Ole Miss yesterday, and Arkansas beat Missouri. So, good matchups, good teams. The winner will face the winner of Alabama-Tennessee, most likely Alabama. We're looking at Alabama and Arkansas, kind of the two best teams that kind of sort of should be there. These are conference tournaments. Nothing ever really kind of works out the way that they're supposed to, right? NCAA tournament is different than conference tournaments. But with all that said, LSU's a very good team. They're deep, they're loaded, but they're going to go down here. Arkansas is a short favorite, 3.5. We'll lay them. We'll take the Hogs. Big Ten semifinal, game number 1, Iowa versus Illinois. This is what it's all about right here. This is number 3 versus number 5. These are two of the top 5 teams in the nation, getting it done, getting after it for a shot to meet in the finals tomorrow. So this one here, you've got Iowa, who's won 8 out of 9. They're 21-7. They're ranked 5th. Luka Garza, all everything, Wooden Award candidate, right? Nobody will be surprised if he wins it. Illinois, on the other hand, winners of 11 of 12, 21-6. Ayo DeSamu, also a Wooden Award candidate. Nobody would be surprised if he won it either. So these teams are very evenly matched. With all that said, we're going to take the dog here, and we're going to take Iowa plus 4.5. 4.5 just seems, I still like Illinois to win, but going to roll with Iowa and take the number, 4.5. AAC second semifinal, after we already gave you the first one with Wichita State and Cincinnati. Here's game 2, and it's Memphis versus Houston. Another good matchup. These two teams met last Sunday, and which was one of the best games that I'd seen all year. Houston beat Memphis with a buzzer beater, and it was just a fantastic game by both sides, up and down the court. Houston's been at the top or near the top of the AAC all year. They've had a lofty ranking. They got as high as number 4 at one point. Right now they're sitting at number 7. They're clearly on the number 2 line as far as seeds go when they come out tomorrow. And they're looking good. They've won 5 straight. They beat Tulane yesterday. And they go up against a hungry Memphis team that took down Central Florida's upset bid yesterday, and they've won 6 out of 7 themselves, putting themselves on the bubble, because they're sitting right now at 16-7, where before they weren't. No one was even talking about Memphis. But some are saying, forget the bubble, Memphis is in the tournament. Wouldn't surprise me at all. So because of all that, we're going to take Memphis. We're going to take the 7.5, big number, too many points. Off to the Mountain West, semifinal number 1, Utah State, San Diego State. This is a great matchup. For the 3rd straight year, these two programs are meeting in the Mountain West Championship. Utah State's won the last 2. Utah State has won both regular season games. San Diego State is ranked 19th. They're 22-4, and they've won 13 straight since Utah State beat them back in January, right? Utah State's won 6 straight. They're 20-7, right? And they're just cruising. Both teams are in the tournament, right? I don't think they have anything to worry about. Neither team has to worry about being passed over and not being called tomorrow. But for some reason, San Diego State's favored in this game, 1.5, big number. I don't like it. I'm going to take the Aggies to do it. I know it's hard to beat a team for 3 straight times in one season, let alone 4 straight times or 3 straight times in the MWC championship. Doesn't matter. We like the Aggies. We like the way they're playing. We like their size. San Diego State runs and plays defense, and they're deeper. But Utah State gets the ball inside, and that's what's going to ultimately decide this one. Take the 1.5, Utah State. You want to take them as a money line play? Absolutely. More power to you. You can make more money that way. Don't mind that. I'm hearing noises. I'm on location. As you can tell, I'm on vacation back in California, which is just fantastic. I've been loving it. All right. Anyway, Big 12 semifinal game number 1. I haven't done the other one. I'm just kind of looking here. Big 12. Is that it? Hold on. Where's the... Yeah. Here we go. Big 12 game number 2. Oklahoma State versus Texas. I mean, come on. Number 12 versus number 13. Another great matchup. Texas right now, they've won 4 out of 5. They're 18-7. Although they beat Texas Tech, they did get a pass into the quarterfinals into the finals by Kansas, coming up, having positive COVID tests. But Oklahoma State, on the other hand, I don't know if you saw that game yesterday. They came from behind to knock off Baylor. Everybody knows Baylor is the class of the Big 12. But, wow, Oklahoma State, Cade Cunningham. Whew, there's another guy up for the Wooden Award, and nobody would be surprised at all if he goes number 1 overall come June. But Oklahoma State right now is the better team, even though they're dogs here. They're 2.5-point dogs. Here's the thing: Oklahoma State is 0-6 in the finals in the Big 12 championship game. They've never won one, right? So now's the time. Excuse me, Texas is 0-6. I completely read that wrong. Texas is 0-6 in the finals and has never won the Big 12 championship. Now, Oklahoma State has, right? Texas, believe it or not, is 0-6. It's going to be 0-7 today. Oklahoma State wins this game outright. Take the 2.5. Big East, Georgetown, classic, Patrick Ewing, 2-time Big East tournament player of the year. Twice as a player. Now he's a coach, and somehow he's guided 12-12 Georgetown, who was absolute toast a month ago, to 1 win away from the Big East Finals, right? Which is absolute, or 1 win away from a berth in the tournament. They were in the finals. This is absolutely insane. It's their first final since 2010. They haven't won since 2007, right? And Georgetown is, who knows? Maybe Patrick's got him turned around, and maybe this is the start of something special going on in Georgetown. Now, McDermott over at Creighton is doing a different thing, right? Now, this is his first final as a member of the Big East, but Creighton is Creighton. They're 20-7. They're beating teams. They just beat UConn. Georgetown had a much more impressive road to the tournament or to the finals in beating Marquette, Villanova, and Seton Hall. But UConn gave Creighton all they could handle. Creighton was the better team. Creighton moves on. Creighton's been the better team. And Georgetown, at some point, Cinderella's slipper is going to fall off. 8.5 may seem like a big number. Take Creighton, lay the number. It may seem like a lot of wood, but it doesn't matter. 8.5. We're on the Blue Jays in this one. Last 3 games on the board for us. We're going to start in the ACC. Florida State, Georgia Tech. Here's a good matchup. Florida State 4.5. Georgia Tech wasn't even a bubble team at the start of this tournament. All of a sudden, they got hot at the right time. They've won 7 straight. They're up to 16-8. And some people are saying, forget the bubble. They might just be in the tournament, even if they lose. But Josh Pastner doesn't want to make that call. He wants to win. He wants to get in. He wants the automatic bid. Here's the stat of the day. Since 1954, the ACC tournament has been going on. This is only the second time. This is only the second time in 67 years that no school from the state of North Carolina will be in the ACC finals. It's pretty impressive. And why? Because Florida State is the class of the conference, as they have been all year. Leonard Hamilton's done a fabulous job building that program. They're 16-5. FSU's the team to beat. They're coming off a pretty impressive beatdown of Carolina yesterday. FSU's the play, lay the 4.5 is short chalk, and watch the Noles claim their title. Pac-12, this is it. Pac-12 finals, Oregon State versus Colorado. I mean, come on. Nobody saw this coming. Oregon State is coming off a huge win over Oregon. This has put them on the bubble, where they weren't a bubble team before the tournament started, but they're coming off impressive wins over UCLA and Oregon. So they're in the finals. They've earned their way in, and they're playing Colorado now. Colorado's ranked 23rd. They're in the tournament regardless. They're 22-7. They've won 6 straight. They beat USC with a putback with about a second left last night to give them a spot in the Pac-12 championship. This is only their second title game since they joined the Pac-12 10 years ago, and they won both games in the regular season and beat the hell out of Oregon State in both games in the regular season. Now, Oregon State is in their first title game since 1988, so this would be a hell of a story, first time in 33 years, but they're not going to win. Colorado's a better team. Colorado's going to advance. Well, Colorado's already in, but Colorado's going to win. They're going to cut down the nets. They're going to win the Pac-12 championship, but Oregon State's going to cover. 8.5, way too many points. We like the Beavers. Finally, last play of the game, degenerate special, just for you and I, because this is what we do. You're having a big day. You want to double up. You're having a bad day. You want to break even. This is what the degenerate special is for. Big West, right? UC Santa Barbara versus UC Irvine, right? Last game on the board, 21-4 Santa Barbara, 18-8 UC Irvine. Good matchup, but Santa Barbara's been the class of the Big West all season. UCI's got hot. They've won 6 straight. Doesn't matter. We're going to take the Gauchos. We're going to lay the 2.5. And there you go. There you have it. There's 12 plays right there I just dropped on you on vacation, remote location, hidden. I'm in California. That's all I can tell you. But I'm chilling, doing it, getting it done, and watching all these fantastic tournaments come to a close, as the brackets will be announced tomorrow in about 30 hours from now. So looking forward to it. Let's make some money today. That's 12 plays I just dropped on you. 7-5 is a winner. 8-4 is really good. So that's what we'll shoot for. Keep on keeping on. I want to give out quick shout outs to Stacy, Jimmy, James, and Nita. Enough said. My nieces, they rock. They are everything to me, right? And they've been everything to me since I got here. So big shout out to them. And then finally, just remember that there's money on the streets that can't be ignored, right? If you're going to win big, you got to bet big. For me, the action is the juice, and good luck to you.